Hey, how would you like to make offers that sell? I'm talking about for your coaching programs, your consulting programs. How would you like to be in a scenario where whenever you make an offer, you are almost sure that it was going to sell? Well, to be able to develop that skill, one of the things that you got to get really good at is identifying the problem that your offer solves. Now, that may seem basic, but it is so critical. And here's what I want to do in today's video. I want to give you a technique that I use and my students use as we're creating new offers to help us uncover the problem that we're solving. Because the reality is this: the power of your offer is not in the stuff that you give your clients. It's not the coaching calls. It's not the recorded modules. It's the problem that you're going to solve for them. So what I've done is I've pulled back the curtain and I'm going to give you a piece of a module that's in one of our paid programs that people have paid thousands of dollars for. I'm going to give you access to it right here in this video. Check it out. It's going to help you as you're developing, creating, and refining your offers. Check it out. A very important video. This is where we start digging into the offer, which is the most important part of this entire process. In this section, we want to discover the problem that you are going to solve. Now, pay attention to this because it's really critical. Albert Einstein, we all know who he is, said this: if I had 1 hour to solve a problem, I would spend 55 minutes thinking about the problem and 5 minutes thinking about the solution. To me, that's a very powerful statement because it emphasizes how important it is to focus on the problems of your audience. A lot of times people approach this whole coaching, consulting, course thing backwards. They start off with, here's what I want to teach. Here's how I want to impact people's lives. Here's how I want to inform them. But they forget to think about the most important thing, which is what is the problem that this audience is actually having? And how can I bring value to them by helping them solve that problem as it pertains to my niche or my category? So a good offer does not just teach or inform only. It solves a specific, I want to highlight, underline, and asterisk, a specific problem. The more specific you can get about the problem that you're able to solve for your audience, the easier it is to make the sale. So the traditional education system teaches, or the way we learn in school, we learn information, right? So a lot of times we think when we're creating a coaching program or course, okay, we're going to inform people about healthy living. We're going to inform people about entrepreneurship. When you get this information, it's going to change your life. Well, information alone is no longer as valuable as it used to be. Why? Because of YouTube. Because of the internet. Just about all information is free out there somewhere. So people do not purchase information, even though we call the information business and it may be an info product. They're not purchasing it because they see it as good information. They are purchasing because they see what you've presented as a solution to the problem. And the more you can identify what that problem is and create a solution to that problem and not just give information, the better your program is going to be and the easier it's going to be to sell. Let me give you an example. So an example of the wrong way to do it, where you're just informing, would be a coaching program about getting healthier, right? So I want to live a more healthy lifestyle. On the surface, it sounds good, and it actually probably is a good thing to live, to get healthier. But it's too broad and it's too informational, and it could mean anything, and it doesn't identify a problem or call a problem out that I have. A better way to position that offer, we're talking about just getting healthier, would be how to lose 20 pounds in 60 days. Now that's calling out, or that's addressing a person who has a problem of being 20 pounds overweight. But it's not only addressing that problem, it's also giving a specific solution to the problem. I'm going to help you lose 20 pounds. So if your problem is you're 20 pounds overweight and you see this coaching program and it says, I can help you lose 20 pounds in 60 days, that is a lot easier for me to process buying. I'm going to buy that before I buy the one that says help you live a healthier lifestyle, because it doesn't address my actual problem. So as you're creating your offer, you want to find the specific, measurable problem that you are going to help people solve. People are not purchasing information, courses, or coaching. They're buying transformation. And it's your job as the author of the coaching program to identify and highlight the transformation that you're bringing to them. And I know I'm spending some time on this, but this is one of the biggest differences between offers that work and offers that don't. So there are 4 major categories or niches that you can sell these programs in. And the big 4, we call them the big 4, are health, wealth, relationships, personal development. If you get outside of that, it becomes extremely difficult to make sales. So let's talk about health. Health is anything that's helping me get healthier. So that could be weight loss, it could be diet, it could be biohacking, it could be fitness, anything that has to do with, bettering my body is health. Wealth, anything that has to do with making or saving more money. And that can be on a personal level or on a business level. Those programs obviously work very well. Relationships, whether it's friendships, platonic, dating, marriage, Anything in the relationship niche, if it's packaged well to solve a specific problem, it is a good offer. And anything in the personal development niche, meaning I'm bettering myself in some way. Generally, it's some type of a new thought process or new way of solving an internal problem or approaching an emotional situation that is going to help me advance in life. Those work very well. When you start getting like abstract and kind of strange, far out there, and you get away from these niches, then you've got a challenge. Oh, also in personal development, spiritual growth is also one that is a big. So spiritual growth is under personal development. I want to make sure that I do share that. So the more painful the problem is, the easier it is to sell the solution, and the more people will pay. So what you may want to do at this point, if you're still trying to figure out what your offer is going to be, or even your niche is going to be, is grab a piece of paper and write down all of the problems that your audience has. If you don't have an audience, you want to write down all of the problems that you can help people solve. So think of your skills, think of what you're able to do. And I would not limit anything like, hey, I can help people with Excel spreadsheets. I can help people grow a social media following. I can help people overcome or get through arguments. I can help people resolve conflict. Think of the different skills that you have. So the way you can do this is on one side of take a piece of paper, draw a line down the middle. On one side, you want to put problems, right? So here are all the problems. If you have an audience that my audience has here, or if you don't have an audience at all, here are all the problems that I can solve. And then on another side, you want to put skills. Here are all the skills that I have. These are things that I'm good at, things that I can do, things that I can help people with. And you're going to have a column, and the columns will be in the middle. You got problems, you got skills. You want to list that out, especially if you're still struggling to find a niche or category. And once you've listed that out, you want to look over those problems and you want to identify the one that's the most painful. So, for instance, I could help someone. Every week I have to take the trash out at my house. My wife doesn't do it, of course, right? Why would she? I'm the one that takes the trash out. So I am and I've been doing that since I was living at home with my parents. I'm a professional at taking out trash, right? But I also know how to help people make money by taking their knowledge and packaging it into a program, a consulting program or course. So those are two problems that I can help people solve. One of them is way more valuable because one of them solves a much bigger problem. The trash being taken out is not a huge problem. And one of the reasons it's not a huge problem, and I know it's not a huge problem, is because a whole lot of people can solve it. But the packaging your knowledge and putting it into a program that sells solves a bigger problem. Because the problem that people have that I sell to is that they don't know how to, or they have a problem where they're not making enough money. Their problem is, I need more money in my business, or I need more income in my life. That's a much bigger problem than how do I take the trash out. So if I have a skill set, or if I have multiple skill sets and I don't know what to do or which problem to solve, go with the problem that is the most painful. Go with the problem that when you think about it, a person who doesn't solve that problem has a lot to lose. It's going to be very painful. They skip trash day. Okay, they didn't take the trash out. It's coming back next Monday. But if they don't fix this income issue, they've got hopes, dreams, family plans, and everything else that's going to fail because they've not been able to increase their income the way that they need to. That's a painful problem. So as you're looking at all these different problems you can solve, pick the most painful one and start right there. All right. And in the next video, I'm going to show you how to create what we call the offer sentence, which helps you clarify that problem and helps you start building out your approach that you're going to need for the next 3, 4, 5 steps of this process. All right. So outline all your problems, outline all your skills, pick the most painful problem that you can help people solve, and let's get it going.